Hello and welcome to Community Service. This is part 3 of our 10 or 11 game session series in the Aberrant 2.0 Trinity Continuum 2.0 world that Onyx Path is allowing me to premiere here on their channel. My name is Kyle. I am your host, producer, and story guide for this game. And it is a game. We encountered that last session with a whole bunch of rules that we were trying to figure out and dice we were rolling. It is not all just dramatic tension, but tonight let's hope for more of that as we get into the meat of this here. Because every Tuesday, 10 p.m. Mountain Time, I am about to lead my 5 wonderful players into hijinks and adventures in a superhero world where everything is about to go batshit crazy, or already has if you've tuned in to the first couple of games. Who am I? Well, you can usually find me in podcast land, where I put out 10 podcast episodes a month minimum. This month is 14, I think, which is a bit crazy. Tavern Tales Jr., Morty's Devils, and I haven't mentioned it before, but starting Thursday, or coming out this Thursday, is the 8th part, the final episode on the Patreon only of my dear wife's Fangirls, a Star Wars audio drama set in the United States in the lead up weeks to the rise of Skywalker. I find it relevant because yesterday the trailer dropped, and if you enjoyed the trailer and if you're looking forward to the movie, if you're one of those fanboys, fangirls out there who would rush to see a early showing of this film, like before the public can see it, you're so excited to get there and see it, Fangirls is the podcast audio drama for you, and you can find that wherever podcasts can be found. Okay, I'm excited to have people in chat tonight, so if you are not a player and you're there in the chat, I would like to get your help. So if you could, while we're all introducing ourselves, give me some information. You see, we're on a formerly bustling thoroughfare that a plane has now crashed into. And if you could describe some of the shops or businesses or homes, vehicles, things, and people that you would find there on this bustling thoroughfare, and what the plane has and its crash landing has done to them, I would love to include that in our story as we unfold tonight. And now for some news from our sponsors. This Saturday, join your story guide Kyle on an epic adventure of epic proportions in the finale of Nerdsmith.org's Nine Hells Descent into Avernus Prelude event. Using the Descent into Avernus 12, Dungeon Masters have created 12 events for 48 players over the last 4 weeks immediately following the launch into the Descent into Avernus. Stop by We Are Nerdsmith on Saturday afternoon for the final countdown, bringing the whole thing to an epic conclusion. And if that's not your cup of tea, swing on by here at the Onyx Path Saturday afternoon as they explore and create Trinity Continuum characters on Character Creations with, I believe it's Gabrielle Lauzon, but I'm not too sure. Someone in the chat might be able to help you out with that. It'll be a wonderfully fun time. And now, the players.
Hi everybody, my name is Sarah. You can find me on Twitter up here at RNL. You can find me on Twitch down there in the chat at Ars Mythica. This is the only game that I am currently playing in. I just finished the Descent into Avernus from We Are Nerdsmith last night, and it was a ton of fun. I am super excited about the game today. I will be on November 4th. Is that the November 4th? I will be on Nerdsmith again for another game. But for now, you will find me here every Tuesday playing community service as Samantha, who is an archaeology doctorate student.
I think you're muted, yeah.
I was. I can't use my right hand because the right hand is Jess's silver hand. So I keep trying. Hi, everyone. I'm Paige. I'm known as D&D and Paige on Twitter. And I am, as seen now, found here on Tuesday nights And on Mondays, I'm found on Scraticus. We have our season finale next week. And then at the very beginning of December, I'm taking part in With Advantage on, why am I forgetting the channel right now when I know it 100% all the other time? Forge Breaker, that's words. A charity stream for Alzheimer's all week. So I'm excited for that. And I will have more information next week on that. In the meanwhile, I play Jess, a super sweet, never abrasive, wonderful character who loves everyone. Lies.
Hi, everyone. I'm Velvet. You can find me on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar. You can find me here Tuesdays. You can also find me playing Maeve, the Mother of Monsters, on Stories of a Broken Sun, and Kyle's twin sister on Flight Risk Podcast. So it'd be awesome if you could check us out there. Here I play Isabella Sterling, like the Silver, the love child of the White Duke and Mother Monster, who is just clearly the most serious and really focused member of the team.
Hi, I'm Nat. You can, just as a warning to everybody, I am on cold medication, so I will sound like this all night. Thank you. You can find me at Ashes for Foxes on Twitter. I am the host of Meta Machina Podcast. This is the one game I'm playing besides my regular D&D group. And I am playing Ash, your local punk jerk. That's my plan. With a heart of gold, though. With a heart of gold.
Hi, I'm Carl Jordan. You can find me here every Tuesday. Starting next week, I'll be on We Are Nerdsmith every Wednesday doing a new show called Obscurum using the City of Mist rules with Dire Bear GM, Heath, running it. He is a lot of fun. And then, like Sarah said, we should be back on there for another D&D one-shot on November 4th, I think. Yeah, and for this game, I'm playing Leonard Upton. Leo is usually good-mannered, mild-mannered, sometimes cranky old man who is positive he is losing his mind because a few hours ago he was reporting for community service and now everyone seems to have superpowers or something and a plane has just crashed in his neighborhood. And I believe he's hiding behind a car where we pick up.
So let's just do exactly that. This plane has crashed. This gentleman in a fuzzy unicorn unitard spinning a sign has been hit by some burning jet fuel, and that has caused him to erupt into what has been now fondly termed Magma Boy. And Magma Boy is about 12 to 18 feet tall, a towering inferno of anger and upsetness, and has lashed out at the people around him. Jess has recently rushed forward into the plane. Leo is trying to follow and has attracted the ire of this Magma Boy, who has slammed a massive hand down upon the smart car that Leo was hiding behind, doing some damage to himself and stunning himself. Meanwhile, shiny, glittery, brilliant in the sun, Ash vanished for a moment and then suddenly reappeared, and Isabella Sterling is snapping her fingers, I think, and trying to get the attention of Magma Boy, while I have, it's been a week, so where is Samantha right now? I think she was in the back at the moment, but what is she up to right now?
Yeah, she was back sort of near where Leo it was. She did this weird sonic burst thing from her forehead and stunned the magma guy, and decided while he was stunned she's going to start charging into the airplane as well.
Awesome. So yeah, that's where we're at right now. We are still in initiative, as Magma Boy does not seem to be inclined to stop. So let's pick things right back up where we were before, with two caveats. One, that building that the wing clipped something creaks and groans. There's the sound of falling masonry behind you. The plane itself has crashed into the street ahead, and it is very, very close to where several figures are that you can barely see in the haze of the smoke and the rubble and the ruins. But there are people that you recognize and know up ahead in the intersection that this plane did not quite reach when it crashed. And just to be clear, it crashed intact. The landing gear did not come down. It skidded along the street and came to a big, abrupt stop, and carved out the asphalt of the cement in the median, as well as knocking cars here and there into businesses and storefronts. Okay. Kick things off, Isabella Sterling. Like the silver. You're muted.
Thank you. Definitely as soon as the fist comes down, there's just a very sharp and shrill, "Could you not?" as I try to get Magma Boy to settle down.
Okay. How are you doing that?
Commanding him.
Cool. So that's the skill you're trying to use with the "could you not." What attribute are you putting together for this sort of thing?
I'm definitely going to use my presence and command.
Okay, cool. Yeah, a presence command check. So you're trying to be forceful in your command. And last game, I came up with an idea just at the very end of it that rather than have me come up with all of the complications all the time for the things that possibly could go wrong and things to use your extra successes on, a command of this kind is going to need 2 successes, bare minimum. But what are some complications that Velvet's Isabella Sterling might need to buy off? And I will put that out to the players, and we can discuss that, whether or not they're applicable or valuable in this moment. What are some other complications we could get from this sort of social combat?
How about the complication of drawing its attention for an aggressive attack?
Cool. Yeah. How big a complication is that? Is that a 1 or a 2?
That sounds like a 2.
Okay. I think I'm going to make it a 1, because then we can see how Velvet wants to handle this sort of thing. Because if Velvet doesn't buy it off and easily could, that tells us something about Isabella Sterling. So the ire of Magma Boy. I'll write that down. 1 success. Any other things that could possibly come about as a result, or complications resulting from this command of Isabella Sterling's?
Yeah, I guess, would it work game-wise if they would have to pick, if she would have to pick, it throwing off the monster but going for someone else instead?
Oh, so instead of incurring the ire of Magma Boy, it'll redirect the ire of Magma Boy against somebody else in the party?
Yeah.
And that's just 1 as well?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Paige says as she's in the plane.
Yes. It's definitely not going to be you. All right, I love it. All right, any ideas there, Nat and Sarah?
So I just added the fact that, like, last time I used calming composure on the scene. So that should reduce any negative emotions, in addition to positive emotions as well, unfortunately. I don't recall how many successes I had, but we'll just say it was 1.
It was just 1, because you just barely eked it out with that. When Sarah used her Twitch Prime, that gave you that 1 extra enhancement, which is what gave you your success.
Yes, exactly.
Thanks again,
Thank you
Sarah.
very much.
And to everyone else who's watching along today, if you subscribe today during the game or give us a follow, I will grant every single player here an enhancement, a 1-point enhancement on their next roll of their choosing. Cool.
Another complication that could come, it could be catching Magma Boy's attention as he's in the process of trying to do something else and him accidentally causing like more damage to the area.
Ooh, okay. So he'll take out his ire on the surrounding environs. All right, there we go. Yeah, I can't think of any other complications, and I know that Onyx Path is in the chat, so if they have any complications that would normally be something that would be driven from this, then and how to shift attitudes is in the main book of Trinity Continuum itself on page 86. It's a little complicated for something to happen in combat for this sort of thing. So let's see if you can shift their attitude and influence them. And so I know I said it was 2 successes, but it looks like shifting attitude from being extremely irate to even medium is 3 successes, and it is actually even tougher to shift the emotional atmosphere in the area because of what Ash did last game session. So it's going to be 4 successes minimum to succeed. But I think you're pretty good at this sort of stuff, Isabella Sterling, like the silver. So give me your roll and tell me what you do.
So before I roll, I feel free to, if I can't do it now, but I just saw better of it. I think instead of continuing to just try and settle Magma Boy down, I'm just going to use my compelling presence to just, conscript him for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, I don't think that shifts or changes anything here. You're still trying to shift their attitude from being antagonistic towards you towards being helpful to you is even harder than making them basic towards yourself. So I think I'm happy with the number of successes you currently need. How many dice are you rolling on this anyway?
So I'm rolling 8 just for the basis of the power, which is quantum plus presence. But I'm thinking my edges might help here, at least fame and striking.
Okay.
Those just give me enhancements. I'm still not sure how that works.
So in this instance, I don't think your fame is really achieved as of yet. It's not a thing yet. So your striking is definitely going to help you here, and that'll give you a single enhancement. So if you roll the dice and you get at least 1 success, then you'll have an additional success from that enhancement. If you don't roll any successes, enhancement don't give you automatic successes. They only enhance things that you're successful at.
Gotcha. And then my mega presence of 2 says it helps with scale.
Yes. It means that for the successes you get, you're actually going to triple the number of successes. So if you get 1 success and you have an enhancement of 1, now you have 2 successes. Because you have scale, those successes become 6 successes.
All right, here we go.
Now, I don't know if your scale is going to be effective against Magma Boy, given that he's an 18-foot-tall towering inferno. So I'm only going to give you 1 level of scale above and beyond Magma Boy.
That is fair.
All right, do it up.
5 successes. And for flavor, Isabella Sterling the Silver will reach into her thigh strap and tear off her little Master Ball Pokemon keychain and throw it at Magma Boy.
Okay. Yeah. You chuck your Pokemon ball at Magma Boy.
It's a Master Ball.
Yep. Yeah, it melts, of course, because that's what those things do. And he looks down at you, stunned and shocked. Now, let's see. You've got 5 successes on the dice.
Yes.
So, and that's not because that's not including your scale yet, correct?
Nope.
Okay, so 5 successes on the dice has shifted their attitude from an antagonistic attitude to a neutral attitude. I was just trying to find the chart. I don't think there actually is a chart on attitude shifting in the book yet. Anyway, so you've got 5 successes. Your enhancement makes it 6 successes because you're striking, and you literally struck Magma Boy. So that's 12 total successes because you've scale 1 on the Magma Boy here. I would just like to reflect that this compelling presence is not just effective against Magma Boy. You have literally attracted the attention of everyone on the street. There's a pair of tourists, maybe they're Guatemalan tourists or they're from Central America tourists, and they've got their phones out and they're recording you as you're confronting Magma Boy. And what is the effect of this compelling presence? What is it that comes across in your voice or manner that is supernatural, that belies that scale of 2? You're like basically a pair of Tom Cruises walking down the street. That's how that comes. It's like Tom Cruise and what's it called? The movie where he's supposed to be 6'6" and he beats everybody up, but he's actually like 5'4", and it makes no sense.
I don't know.
Anyway, he's that character.
You're thinking about Jack Reacher.
Yes, Jack Reacher, who in the books is 6'8" and a monster. And when he stands in a crowd, the crowd move away from him because you're standing next to a 6'8" tall behemoth. And it's played by Tom Cruise, who is 5'6", I believe. And when he moves and stands at the bus stop, people move away from it. It makes zero sense. Literally a pair of Tom Cruises walking down the street. That's what you are right now, giving the impression they're on. Or John Cena's or The Rock or something like that. Someone super famous, super striking, super powerful.
Jason Momoa.
All right, and then...
Yeah, so give me your description.
I think definitely I'll try to find the perch. Probably standing on like a nearby car, this piece of rubble. Just, like fists on my hips, making sure I'm the center of attention. Catch Magma Boy's eye, and I'll drive the point home by just taking off my glasses, looking straight in the eye and going, "I'm your captain now."
I love it. Okay. Yes, everyone's attention is upon you. You have 12 successes. You needed the 4 to shift the attitude to neutral. You needed 4 to get the attitude to positive. That's only 8. You have managed to buy down the ire, the ire against another, and even damaging the environment around them. You have 1 extra left. Are there any stunts or anything you would like to purchase with that remaining success?
Stunts. Am I able to use that to give Magma Boy an order?
No. I mean, this is just compelling presence. You're just compelling him to attend to you.
Totally fair. Maybe catch the eye of as many people around me as I can.
Okay. Yeah. That's an easy stunt to have. You already have their attention, and now they're really focused on you. Cool. Let's move on then, unless there's any movement or anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Isabella Sterling.
Nope. I'm
All
good.
right. Let's move you back here because I don't think we're going to get to another round of combat. That's for sure. While I'm moving this around and making it look pretty, let's move on to Jess.
Okay, so last time Jess was attempting to look to see through the smoke while in the plane what the scenario was. So what is she seeing?
It's hazy. There's a bunch of people in there coughing, crying, injured. You're hearing, you're smelling more than you're seeing at this particular juncture. And we never really described how you got into the plane, did we?
Yeah.
You kind of just assumed you just suddenly got into the plane. So tell me now, how did Jess get into the plane?
I kind of assumed, because planes are kind of known for braking, at least from what I know in TV.
Yep.
So I assumed there was a brake, and Jess hopped in through that and is looking to see if she can grab people, like kind of sneak them out of there before the flames get them.
Sure. Yeah. There's definitely a couple people in a seat. They definitely look unconscious and injured.
Okay. Yeah. Jess would definitely rip off the seatbelt on each of them and throw them over her shoulders and kick open, if possible, a spot in the plane where it's in the airplane to try to get them out. And would that be an athletics might roll?
If you would like it to be an athletics might roll,
I would like it to be an athletics might roll.
then absolutely, let's do an athletics might roll. What are some complications that Jess could encounter as she's trying to haul these two people off the plane? Let's give it some actual order for complications so that we're not all hopefully waiting for somebody to step up. So we'll just work clockwise around from whoever it is that's currently playing. So, and we'll do that going forward. So it would be, in this instance, it would be Sarah, then Nat, then Carl, then Velvet to come up with some complications. And if you don't have an idea for a complication, that's perfectly fine. You can just say pass or I don't have any. And that's a totally acceptable response. I think this is going to be really helpful for me. So, Sarah, what do you got?
Okay, so maybe where she's trying to like get into the plane, there's somebody's luggage that has like a lot of like shaving cream and hair products and stuff in it.
Okay, and she's got to get around that or trip on it, and it's impacting her movement to get free, and she's got to buy that complication off?
Yeah, like the hairspray just starts spraying everywhere, and the shaving cream explodes all over the place and makes a big mess.
Great. That's a 1 complication. What do you think?
Yes, definitely a 1.
Okay, so I love the color of that, and I'll put that into the rules to say that it'll reduce your movement scale, which, of course, you're making a might check, not a dexterity check, so it's not increasing your speed in this moment. But Jess is particularly good at multitasking and at moving fast, so this is possibly an easy one for Jess to get around. Cool.
So my complication would be that they had their seatbelts on because that's what you do in safety. There's also a bunch of oxygen masks hanging from the ceiling, and you're going to get tangled up in that.
Oh, I love that. Tangled up because seatbelts and oxygen masks. Yes, I'd say that's 2 right there. Getting caught up and tangled up yourself. Freeing them, of course, because that is your end goal result. But you will get caught up in all of those things as well. Cool. Carl?
Shifting the weight of the compartment that everyone is in. Maybe the plane is precariously balanced for the inside where the cabin is.
Ooh, okay. So what sort of complication will arise from that color?
If she's not careful with entering so fast and shifting things around, like the luggage and seatbelts and all the other stuff in her way, it could shift the weight and cause the plane to maybe start to tilt or roll.
So like provoke an injury condition to her as some sort of overhead luggage comes loose and falls on her head?
How about provoke a higher difficulty on future attempts to do anything in the plane?
Oh, so that is a field condition. Okay, yeah, a field condition needs to be bought off. That's 2 successes right there. Cool. Velvet.
Nothing at the moment. I was gonna go for the masks and the luggage.
Oh no, it's great. I mean, when we all have the same idea, it's probably a good idea. So this is a wonderful thing. Have you rolled your dice yet?
No, because I have a question. Can I use my boost? Because I'm trying to multitask, I guess. Can I use my boost for my attempt to kick open the side?
The side of the... Yeah, I think that's fine. You've already triggered boost in a previous round. Why don't you roll to see how effective that was? I think it's a roll, isn't it?
Give me mega might.
Yes, it would. It would increase your scale on a might check.
So I'm really hyped.
I haven't gotten to do any conditions yet, so I'm going to say that if you're not careful, because of the way you got into the plane, because of all this paraphernalia everywhere, it is 2 successes for you to not injure these people, putting them on your shoulder and hauling them out as quickly as you can.
Okay. Ooh, buddy. Oh. Oh, buddy, oh, pal. Ooh. This is happening. This is a thing. This is a thing right now. This is awesome.
Cool.
I cannot wait till you see.
As you roll a million dice.
Yeah, the mystical team that we had talked about.
Yeah.
Happened. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 9 successes.
Okay, and you currently have mega stamina, mega strength, mega might at what?
Yes. Mega might as my boost.
Was that 9 successes on the boost?
No, you didn't roll boost dice, so this
don't I?
were you rolling for boost right now, or were you rolling your might?
I'm rolling
check?
that plus boost because it increases my might.
Sorry, when you roll your boost, you're actually going to roll your boost power plus your quantum level, I believe, and the successes you get add attribute dots to those particular things. Let me just pull that up to make sure that I'm quoting that rule correctly.
Good to know because
Yeah, you get to enhance 3 of your attributes
Okay.
with your boost rating.
You're right.
And you will be rolling quantum plus boost, and your quantum is 3, and you have boost 2, I believe I said. Yes.
Yes,
So that's
boost
only
2.
5 dice that you'll roll, and every success will be the addition there. So if you want to roll those 5 dice, we can tell you what your boost is.
Okay, well then I only rolled 2 extra dice because I thought it was the boost added to it. So you can take out whatever you want. I had rolled 2 10s from that.
Okay.
And I had failed 1 of all of that. So then I boost, you said 3 plus my 2 boost?
Yeah, that's the 5 dice
Quantum
for
plus,
boost.
Okay.
Yeah.
In which case, I got 1 in my boost.
Oh, okay. Well, it still gives you Mega Might 1, which gives you scale for the purposes of this check, which is all we needed to worry about right now. Now,
That's all I wanted.
let's note for the rest of this scene, you now have Mega Might, you have Mega Might 1, you have an extra dot of dexterity, and an extra dot of composure.
Noted.
Cool.
Composure.
And that cost you 2 quantum points.
Woohoo!
And I think you have to spend those every round because the duration is continuous. But you know what? We're in the Nova eruption phase. We're just going to let that roll forward here for what we have as your character is suddenly grows in ability, strength, and dex. Let's move on then and roll that might plus athletics check that we're looking for.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do. Minimum 7, right?
7 what?
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, on the die? Yeah, you need a 7
okay,
in
so
order
I
to
want to make
succeed.
sure. I got 2 that time. What the fuck? Oh.
There we go.
I used
it's
the
used,
1.
folks, the 1.
I used it.
Nat, you didn't steal it this time.
I rolled like 4 6s. I want everyone to know this, which is now my least favorite number.
Yes, I hear you. 6 is the worst number in this game. So, 2 successes is awesome. Do you have any skills or tricks or anything that allow you to have an enhancement in this instance?
To my current attempt, I don't think so. My specialties are sprinting. It's all in the reflexes. I'm swift, and I'm tough cookie. So I don't think so.
Okay, so just the 2 successes is enough, though, but because your scale goes up by 1 for this might check, you're now working with 4 successes. You only needed the 1 success to grab both of these people. You now have some choices as to what you would like to buy off with your remaining 3. You can buy off the decrease in your movement pretty easily because that's a 1, and then you have 3 choices at the 2 successes that you need to get. Oh, sorry. Thanks, Paige. I'm talking in Zoom chat, but only to Paige and no one else because you can do that. Okay. And I've been doing that for quite some time now. Thanks. So you'll buy off the movement easily. The seatbelts are on and the masks are still on, so that is, gathering them up is difficult. You can save them from having any injuries themselves with 2 successes, or you can wipe off that field condition, which would be the plane shifts as you rip them out of their seats. I'm imagining that because the seatbelts and the oxygen masks are on, you literally grab them and rip the seats right out of the floor as you're pulling them out. So which of these would you like to purchase? The field condition, which is the plane shifts and causes complications for anyone else entering the plane later, or would you like to buy off the complication of them being injured and suffering an injury condition?
I would buy off their injury.
Okay, cool. Please describe the plane shuddering and shaking and the success of your action as you pull these people off the plane, as we will move now to Leo's turn. Go for it.
Me describing or Leo's turn?
Yeah, you describing. Sorry.
Okay, so I feel like with the plane shifting, I feel like it's a hamster wheel. Like I rip out the seats, and as I do that, it starts to shift, and I'm kind of like running with it a little bit as I'm trying to keep these 2 seats like upright and not them landing on their heads in a fiery pit. So.
Yeah. Cool.
Oh, that's exciting.
And what does it look like when you exit the plane?
I feel like there's gonna be a hole. So if it's rolling far at all, I feel like I'd be running and just run through the hole, and it lifts up off me. So out of nowhere, I just kind of appear with 2 seats.
Cool. Oh, okay. Yeah. It rolls in the hole, and the hamster wheel opens, and that's when you suddenly duck out with the 2. Okay. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, the plane lurches entirely, and the wing that's still attached on the one side lifts all the way up, and then stands there like a mohawk in the late afternoon Los Angeles sky as the plane is shifted so much with Jess's mighty heave. All right, Leo.
I'm watching that because that's distracting. What's going on with the Magma Boy?
Well, if you'd like to know what's going on with Magma Boy, you could make a check to make that sort of determination. You're definitely, all eyes seem to be on Isabella Sterling more than anything else. Isabella Sterling is even a great distraction for you.
Okay, then yes, I'm trying to force myself to pay attention to what's going on with the big fiery threat that was clobbering at me a few moments ago.
Okay.
Would I need to roll to pay attention? How about an integrity roll to break away from Isabella Sterling like the silver?
Yeah, I mean, you can make an integrity roll to transition
integrity
yourself.
Resolve?
Yeah. Did you want to split your dice pool so that you could do something else after you break away, or are you just trying to...
Yes, I would also like to perhaps try out this lightning thing that I made work once before, and see if I can attack that big fiery guy with the lightning bolts.
Okay,
yeah.
Why don't we just try to do a lightning bolt rather than break the integrity, and we'll just increase your difficulty here, giving you... should it be an increase in the difficulty, or should there be a complication regarding aim? I'm just going to increase your difficulty base to hit the Magma Boy, but because he's 18 feet tall, he's only going to be a 1 degree of difficulty anyway.
Okay.
Now, you are attempting to shoot something with your lightning attack.
This is going to be aim and dexterity, and 2 quantum, which I've marked off.
Yeah, don't worry about spending quantum during your eruption. Once we're done with this eruption game, then you'll be spending quantum going forward. You're literally spending millions of points of quantum that are currently available to the entire group. Because it's eruption time.
Thanks to Tinnigan, I have 5 successes.
Holy moly. You have rolled before we got to do complications and whatnot.
Oh! I apologize.
You're attacking from behind cover. Does that make it more difficult for you, or is that just making it more difficult for them?
I think it just makes them more difficult for them.
All right, cool. So you're going to shoot them. You've got your 5 successes. We've already done that piece here. The complications will be, one, you can't buy off, because I'm not going to let that happen. And does anybody have any complications for Carl as he tries to shoot at the Magma Boy?
Yeah, Carl would, or Leo would
Leo.
totally miss. Leo would miss and hit maybe like a car or something that's near a pedestrian.
Ooh, a transformer.
Ooh, a transformer. That's even better. Teamwork makes the dream work.
So that's usually not a complication, because usually what happens is like you're going to be successful, but you'll be successful and do something else that you would need to buy off by being more successful. So
I got you. Touche. I understand.
Yeah. Velvet, do you have any options here?
I think the very obvious one is the Ire of Magma Boy 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Okay, can you describe that? Because you just said a bunch of words.
No, definitely
I
just
love
risking
that.
another smash. We're really messing with Magma Boy here.
Okay.
We keep IRLing him up and then just bring him down.
Yes, that's true. You will change the state of Magma Boy. He will be pissed. Sure. Yeah, okay. That's 2 successes. Irritating Magma Boy.
Ooh.
Paige, you got any?
Yeah, would it be, I'm not fully sure of the power amount, but if successful, maybe Leo underestimates their strength and tosses them back with that strike, like 10 feet or so.
Oh, it knocks Leo back.
Yeah, like just the force.
Oh.
This flying old man Leo.
Okay, yeah, I love it. Yeah. How about you, Sarah? You got any complications?
It's possible that the lightning could arc off of Magma Boy and hit something else.
Sure. Yeah, I'm going to say that that'll only happen on a botch. That's not necessarily a complication we're going to make him buy off, because we've already got 3 points of complications. And note, we can always decide as a group how many points of complications we like to have. If there's a lot of complications that are being offered, we can choose to say, well, how about this one, but not this complication in this moment? Otherwise, we'll be giving all of our complications all of the time, and maybe some of them will be less relevant or prevalent in future situations. So, Nat, did you have any remaining complications that you think might be effective for Leo shooting this Magma Boy with lightning?
Not really. I think he just has had his bell rung, so his aim might be off, but that's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, and I think that initially his aim was off, but Magma Boy's been calmed and everything's reduced, and he's just so big, he's easy to hit. So yeah, let's do this. You have 3 points worth of complications. One, that you're going to irritate Magma Boy and reduce him back down to an antagonistic state against you, and 1 success is that when you shoot the lightning, you're not ready or bracing yourself, and you're going to fire yourself backwards 10 feet into some shrubbery. So go for it.
Sense. Okay. I don't think you had told me what dot level I have this quantum attack at. Because that will affect the scale.
It shouldn't affect the scale.
Quantum attack is a power scale 1 attack at 1 dot, and its scale increases by 1 per dot.
Okay. I thought it was just it allows you to buy additional power tags. So just also note, because all of you have some sort of quantum attack that I'm sending to you, you can't. I've actually spent those tags for you already. You can't really buy the variable ammo and the ranged and the non-lethal stuff. That's just options for you when you take the power initially. Cool. Yeah, I believe it's scale 1. I don't have that right in front of me, though. So I think it's just quantum attack level 1 at this juncture.
If you have already purchased tags, then I think it is 1 because I have 1 tag.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is electrical.
All right. Then I would like to keep the complication that it blows Leo back because I think that that's a learning experience.
I love it.
I would buy off the other ones and convert the rest into damage.
Okay.
So that was...
Now, you can't really convert the rest into damage.
Okay.
So it's not really how that works.
Okay.
So when you're going to get in, when you're doing injury conditions, when you're shooting someone, if you're looking on page, where is shooting, you can buy a single point of inflict damage, and that goes, and the cost of that is against the opponent's armor. Magma Boy, because of the nature of being on fire, has 2 armor, so it takes 2 successes to deal an injury condition to the target. You can only do that 1 time, but if you get 4 additional successes, then you can also deal an additional injury condition to your target. So it's basically like you can do 2 injury conditions if you've got those 6 successes. How many successes did you get?
I have a total of 5, but I am using, I think, 2 or 3 of them to overcome the difficulty and the complication, besides blowing myself backwards. So I think I have 2 successes.
Yes.
To do an injury.
You have done an injury condition to Magma Boy. Magma Boy had already suffered an injury condition from slamming their hand down on the smart car as a result of Ash's action last game, I believe, and Samantha had caused a bunch of stuff to happen as well. So now that we're there, you can see Magma Boy not getting irritated by your lightning as you shoot Magma Boy. That Magma Boy starts to shrink noticeably to you. Maybe not so much to Samantha or Ash as of yet.
Is it because I'm flying in the other direction? Is that why he's shrinking to me?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
You literally think you fly. So just describe for me the effects of your success.
Okay, peeking out from behind this partially crushed little car that has offered me so much cover, and trying to summon up this lightning thing. Lightning! And as lightning surprisingly actually does come out of his hands, flying towards this guy around Isabella Sterling like the silver.
What does it look like?
It is blue-white. It is jagged and forked and streaks across in a bolt and smacks Magma Boy as it blows Leo off of his feet in the other direction. And he tumbles into the bushes.
He doesn't get to see the results of his actions. Nice. There's a key in the bushes. You're laying next to a key, just so you know.
Oh, good. And a rupee.
You didn't break any vases. There's no rupees. So, moving on to Samantha's turn. Samantha.
All right, so I am charging towards the plane. I want to help save people. Yeah, so seeing where Jess went in, I'll probably take the same entrance since that's the easy way on to the plane.
Okay. That entrance is now shifted, and it is quite high up as the plane's wing is now mohawking in the night sky.
Oof. All right, so I will try to climb up the plane to get to that entrance.
Sure. You're just trying to find some entrance. What sort of check are you looking to make?
Athletics and dexterity.
Ooh. Okay, well, your entire goal here is just to get inside the plane. And
Yes.
I think it's much more theatrical to allow you to get into the plane to do something that is worthy of a check. So at the end of the day, your goal is to get into the plane and try to rescue people like Jess is doing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's look at it from that perspective, that you're going to try to climb into the plane and grab and rescue some people. And you're
Yes.
not there yet. So let's try. How about we split your dice pool and have you do multiple actions this turn?
Okay.
So what's your like the second one of finding the right people to rescue? What do you think that sort of check would be for you?
I would say perhaps an enigmas and intellect.
Oh my, okay. Enigmas and intellect. Describe for me how that sort of skill system is used for finding people who are hurt to pull them out.
So Sam is really good at solving puzzles and figuring out things that have happened in the past. Like she's an archaeology doctorate student. Part of that is probably studying lots and lots of diseases and injuries and wounds that caused people to die. So she would use that kind of information to try and assess who is wounded the most.
Okay, not medicine in this instance?
Not medicine in this instance.
Okay.
Is that okay?
I'm just reading enigmas to try to help figure out this because it's much more of a non-combat, non-rushing sort of thing. So let's say,
I mean, I could do medicine and use my instant expert to get a dot in it because I have none.
remember, your instant expert is you're going to roll after spending the quantum, and then whatever you get for successes becomes your additional pool for the remainder of the scene. But I do like enigmas because it comes with the connecting the dots, looking for evidence and whatnot, trying to get the best results. So you're going to rush in. It doesn't sound like you're going to rush in to grab people and rush out. You're going to rush in and try to figure out who and how are the best ways to get everybody out, or as many people out as safely and as quickly as possible. That's more along the lines of what you're looking to do.
Like looking at which is there a door that I can open that'll send a little slide down? Is there a button somewhere? I mean, that would be much more believable than trying to figure out medicine stuff with archaeology.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, let's say she is trying to figure out what is the quickest way to get the most people off of this plane.
Sure. And you said you wanted to roll an enigmas plus intellect?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like I know why you're rolling this. It's so that you have like 10 dice, and when you get 6 successes, it turns into like 24 successes. Is that real? So I'm reading the room here? Because you have Mega Intellect 3, if I don't recall.
Yes, I do.
So let's give you every opportunity to roll that, but don't roll it yet, because it's Nat's turn to tell us what some complications are.
Sorry, I was muted. I would think that, like, as intelligent as you are, you're just overwhelmed by the chaos that has been created within this space because it's overturned. And you can't really tell where the bodies of people are. They're hidden by luggage and ephemera, flotsam and jetsam.
Oh, I love that. So it's like your senses are overwhelmed as you try to calculate all of the angles, and you'll end up taking a mental injury condition just because you're stunned by the mass confusion and array of difficulties. That seems like a really good one to buy off. I'm going to say that's a 2 there. I love it. Thank you, Nat.
Oof.
I was thinking something along the same lines, but maybe while she's trying to find the right seat or compartment to dislodge, to Rube Goldberg the entire interior into a slide where all the people get free, she's going to have to risk injuring herself to get something that isn't supposed to moved into the right place.
So physical injury.
Yes.
Okay, that's 2 successes as well. I love it. Velvet.
I think to add to the mental and physical conditions, maybe being just emotionally stunned. I think it's one thing to know these conditions and injuries academically, but quite another to be actually faced with them in the flesh.
Cool. So we have physical injury, mental injury, injury, and now emotional injury. That's a lot of, that's another 2 right there. All right. And Paige, you got any options here for me?
No matter what.
This is a very stressful
so
action.
Samantha's like checking out everything. Would it work if she realizes that there's 2 super injured people and she can only save 1? So I went there. I want to just.
Please describe one of these injured people.
I feel like one is probably taking too much like smoke, and a different person got
No, who is this person?
Oh, who?
Yeah, tell me who these 2 people are. I want one of them from you, and then I'm going to make somebody else come up with the other person that might die.
All right, I feel like there is Justin is this college kid who got pierced with the arm of a chair and is bleeding.
Ow.
Wow. Okay, so poor Justin's a kid. How old is Justin?
Like 21, 22.
Oh, okay, yeah. And who is the other person? Carl.
The other person is a woman wearing a name badge that says, "Hello, my name is Sophie."
What does she look like?
She's a flight attendant.
Okay, she's a flight attendant. How old is she?
She is 35.
35 years old. Okay.
Nearing
And-
the end of the age of most flight attendants.
It's not true at all.
Okay. Probably no longer true.
Was she 2 days from retirement, Carl?
Yeah, and too old for this shit.
What does she look like?
She wears her hair up in a tight bun,
Yeah.
very professionally. A small gray pencil skirt.
Yep.
She is Jamaican.
Oh, I like it. Thank you. Yeah, that's great. I can picture her. How do we know she's Jamaican? Does she have some sort of beaded necklace or cornrows or some
Yes.
element that's really
the
really...
classic red and green beaded jewelry.
Okay, I love it. Now, I'm looking at enigmas, and I can see that there are some great pieces, great ways to spend momentum in here. So they give you an enhancements. I'm just trying to find... I'm in gifts. That's my problem.
Yeah, I think I definitely would like to spend momentum on this if everyone's okay with that.
Yes. This is exceptionally complicated.
Absolutely. Please, we've got so much of it. Use as much as possible.
How much should I use?
I think you can use up to half.
Well, you can use up to half of what we have, but you can only use momentum on so many things.
Yeah, I don't think I want to use half of it.
But connecting the dots, you can spend 1 momentum to make a logical leap, allowing you to gain the results of a single, well, in this instance, it would be a research action immediately. So I'll say you can spend a single point of momentum to figure out the problem and get everything resolved right away. And then you can also do the math, which would allow you to spend momentum to add 1 enhancement to this action. That would be in this instance here the instant solution being presented to you. So you have an option with these enigmas to spend up to 2 momentum if you would like to after your roll, and then as well if you have any edges or skill tricks that you have, then those things you can use to spend. You can spend momentum on those as well. So now we have. And I'm going to say that that's a 3-level condition to buy off, which is that you see that there are 2 people and you can only save 1 of them. If you buy that off, you'll be able to save both of them.
Oof, okay, so I make my roll.
Make your roll.
And I'm spending. Does momentum add to my dice pool?
No,
Or I'm just spending them?
momentum will, in this instance, allow you to more quickly resolve your action, as well as more quickly, you'll get an enhancement. So you're spending 2. I'll take those off.
Awesome.
1 to make it faster, and 1 to give you an enhancement, which will be an additional success. Or in this instance here, if you're successful, 3 successes. 4 successes? Oh my goodness.
I have 1 success
Total?
total.
That means you are successful, which is wonderful. You spent momentum, and that gives you an additional success. So now you're at 2 full successes. But because you're at Mega Intellect 3, we go Mega Intellect 1, Mega Intellect 2, Mega Intellect 3, and that is a result of how many successes? 8 successes.
Yay! I'm super smart.
How many dice did you roll on this Enigma's intellect check? Or, yeah.
5.
5 dice? It's all you have? What's your intellect normally?
4.
Oh, okay. You only have 1 in Enigmas. Okay. All right. Definitely playing the risky game here. With your 8 successes, you needed 3 in order to be successful in the first place. 1 for the normal, but the field condition exists in that it is a precarious place with a lot of chaos happening. So that is 3 successes right there. You have 5 successes remaining. Now, thankfully, you have 3 successes to buy off that 2 injured people, save only 1. You can figure out a way to save both of them by buying that off. But then you'll only have the choice of buying off one of a physical injury, a mental injury, or an emotional injury. And you'll have to check the box, probably your bruised box, and then find the right terminology to express what that injury condition is in your own way. So what would you like to buy off? Now, technically, you could kill off Justin or the flight attendant Sophie if you wished to, and buy off 2 of those physical injury conditions. But that's it right now. So I think you're going to take a bruised and a maimed, unless you have 2 bruised boxes. What do you have?
I do not have 2 bruised boxes.
Okay. Well, I will tell you one thing, though, Samantha. You happen to have Mega Stamina 1, and not that it's particularly useful right here and now, but I will put that into the Discord for you right now. It increases your durability for resisting pain and conditions related to stamina, such as fatigue, hunger, and thirst.
Neat. I had no idea. Okay, so I'm buying off physical injuries. I'm gonna take the emotional injury.
Okay, you're buying off the emotional injury. You're going to take a physical injury condition, and you're going to take
backwards.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep the emotional injury.
Okay, so you're okay. So let me back this up. So you're going to let Justin or Sophie die.
Yeah, I'm gonna save Sophie.
Because if you used 3 successes, you could save both of them.
And take.
Because you have 5 successes remaining. And
yeah,
you have
I think I'm just gonna save Sophie. Sorry, Justin.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. Huh. Because you see the solution in front of you. It's just going to cause some physical, social, or emotional pain for you to do that.
Okay, so if I save both of them...
Yeah, you'll take a bruised and a maimed condition box in social or physical or mental damage. Or you can buy off 2 of those damage injury conditions and save both of them.
Oh, okay.
Sorry if I wasn't
misunderstood.
the problem with not having anything physical in front of us to express all the different options that we presented
Right.
makes it difficult. So,
Yeah. Okay. Then yes, I will definitely do that. I will save both of them.
Yeah.
And I will take emotional damage.
Cool. Now, I believe that I gave your character something earlier. You have is one of your superpowers? No, one of your superpowers is getting healed by Leo. That's right. Okay.
Yes, because I botched all of my rolls in the first game.
All right. So you have figured out a way to save both Justin and Sophie. You have ensured that you don't take one of the types of damage, and you're going to take two of physical, emotional, or
Social.
I wasn't saying social earlier. Emotional.
Mental?
Yeah, mental damage. Okay, like a severe stunning headache sort of thing that will give you a difficulty on your checks going forward, and you'll need additional successes in order to be successful at base. So, moving on, because that's what we need to do in order to move forward with the game. Describe for me what you see and the way out of it, and what happens to your character.
Okay, so I get into the plane. Luggage is everywhere because the plane is flipped over on its side, basically. Everything is chaos, everything is crazy, and I see a path to get to one of the emergency escape hatches that has like one of those inflatable raft things that I can push out of the door on the top of the plane and make a slide for people to get off of.
Cool, I love it. And what happens to you as you're figuring all of this out?
So I'm wading through all of this chaos, getting to the door, and there's like a shard of metal that is sticking out from a broken chair that kind of slices my leg.
Ouch. Okay, is that the bruised condition for you?
Yes.
Okay, so it's kind of like, we'll call it like a sprained ankle, a slashed thigh. That increases the difficulty of all actions anytime the character moves. If you move, your difficulty goes up by 1. Cool. And then, what is the other injury that you take?
So as I'm getting close to the door, I'm pushing luggage and things out of the way, trying to make sure that people are not going to get hurt by me moving anything. And I move closer to the door as a piece of luggage falls from the top of one of the luggage racks above the seats on the back side of the thing and hits me in the head, giving me a splitting headache.
Cool. So you have a splitting headache, and that is actually your injured condition, and we'll call it like a minor concussion, and it's going to increase the difficulty of all mental and aim actions by 2.
Ouch.
Anybody know what the font coloring is for red? Never mind, I can just add it in hex code. Because I think I want to do this. How cool is that? Does everybody think that's pretty cool? Yeah? Okay, cool.
Nice. I like that.
Here we go. Making stuff up on the fly. Oh, I changed both of them to concussed. That's not what I wanted. Okay, cool. Then we move on. You're now in the plane, and that was your turn. Ash, it's your turn, and then we are done everyone's last round of initiative. All right, here we go.
All right, so Megba Boy in front of me has just been hit by an electrical conduit, right?
Yes.
Seems to be stunned.
Yes.
Okay. It seemed to do damage.
Yes.
Do I notice that he has grown smaller yet, or have not?
No.
Okay.
Because he hasn't really had time to grow too small yet.
Okay. I still kind of think that this is a sign for my time has come.
Okay.
And I'm behind him. So I am going to... Ash is just going to be like, okay, we got to this point. I don't want Holt to smash again.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to do whatever I can to topple this thing to the ground. Yeah, that's what Ash is going to do. Ash is going to use Sucker Punch from behind, vulnerable spot. I mean, like hamstring, Achilles tendon, whatever. We're going to bring this bitch down. Excuse my language.
It's fine.
That's Ash.
Okay. I'm going to now give you the remainder of all of your superpowers. And then Ash will be completely done.
I know, I don't have an attack yet. So
Yes.
I was planning on using my close combat anyway, but...
You don't even have to go anywhere near him, Magma Boy. You stand back because the fire is too intense. Maybe you feel like you're getting closer, but you don't actually at all. And we're just going to describe this because it is the gift of a power here, and it gets intense. So Ash begins to glow, like the scintillating light brightens visibly and viscerally, almost to a blinding level. You do that sucker punch, sort of gut shot sort of punch that your character is really good at doing at the, when they're not expecting it. You just get them real good in the kidney or right in the solar plexus when they're not expecting it. You do that punch and light fires off your fist. This beam of hard, white, brilliant, intense light goes shooting right off your fist, hitting Magma Boy. I'll let you describe all of that part as it comes out, but your character has this supernatural ability called accuracy, which I will send on to you, making you a heck of a lot more accurate, giving you enhancements when you are successful. And your aim goes from like nothing to 2 dots right in that moment as you develop the quantum attack light damaging power. And I will add all of that into your Discord now. You hit this thing, you topple him. Please describe this action.
Okay, so like Ash is pretty small, and this is an 18-foot person in a unicorn costume on fire. And I'm pretty confident in my ability to withstand this sort of like fire thing, but I'm also sort of hesitating. So whatever ability is power-wise, I'm still aiming for that back of that knee just to like, get them down. And let me look at the ability real quick, just so I'm like, cool. Okay, yeah. I'm definitely gonna use that accuracy to find that weak spot and just punch as hard as I can.
From a distance.
And from a distance. I mean, I would say I'm pretty close, but we'll do it. Do you want me to roll my close combat?
I don't need you to roll
all
at
right.
all. This
We'll
is
go.
the description here. You just described the toppling. Now, I will also point out that this light power is incendiary and that it causes things to erupt and burn with like intense sunlight. So you basically like a magnifying glass, and you're burning ants right now. But in this instance here, you don't have to add that incendiary bit. It's literally concussive light force because you choose to add the incendiary tag or not. And in this instance, it would not be a needful idea because Magma Boy is probably immune to that sort of condition.
Okay, so yeah, I can choose which tag that I want to apply to that, and
Well, either add incendiary or not,
okay,
if you want.
or not. Okay,
You just have that option that others don't have with their quantum attacks because you bought it.
This person's on fire already. I don't really feel the need to do that.
You don't need to sunburn them too.
No, I mean, adding insult to injury here too. Like, I mean, he's already on fire. You're gonna make him more on fire. My point was just to get him like out of combat. Period. So,
Yes.
That's it. I light him up. Yeah, right. No, I mean, I would love to do that, but I'm assuming that this guy is a one-punch hit anyway. So yeah, I'm just gonna bring him down and hopefully add enough power to that to kind of like just skid him along the ground, like face down on the asphalt. That's really all I'm asking.
Yep, I love it. It's Magma Boy's turn. We're out of initiative. Initiative is over because Magma Boy is struck by lightning, struck by hard light, and Magma Boy, the fire starts to go out. It curls up and sucks inside and wafts off of Magma Boy into the air and dissipates. And Magma Boy is reduced and reduced and reduced until there is nothing left. Melted sidewalk, burned scorch marks, the melted asphalt, and the human form. The sign is all that's left. The melted, scorched sign spins 2 or 3 times and then topples onto this melted sidewalk. It catches fire and burns off into ash as well as Magma Boy disappears. Whether Magma Boy is dead and gone forever, or was burned out from quantum, or whatnot, remains to be seen. But there is no sign of a human figure post this 18-foot tall raging inferno. We're out of combat.
Oh, God. I did that? Oh, okay. I'm just going to go over here. There's probably people that need saving. Is everybody okay?
My feet are kicking out of a bush.
Yeah, I feel like Jess is just like walking away with 2 chairs. Fucking second. Please.
2.
I broke the system.
The code is broken.
Oh no. Out of the plane with 2 airplane chairs, just casually, and sets them down a safe distance away. Did we get everyone?
You told me you were in the plane.
I mean, I really couldn't see that well, so no, I can't tell you, but I got 2.
I'm like slowly ushering people down this like inflatable yellow slide.
Oh, that hasn't even happened yet. Remember, you just know the path to success. You know what needs to be done in order for everyone to live.
Oof.
Samantha's still up there, right? I mean,
Exactly. Samantha has climbed inside.
Okay. All right. Isabella, you got control of the situation.
Yeah. Big boy's out. I think I got the bystanders, and I'm gonna try to corral like all the. Yeah, just
Where's
all the
the
bystanders.
old guy?
Help!
Yeah.
Help! A little help.
Okay, if you've
Little-
fallen and you
little-
can't get up, I will help you up. Okay, all right. So you need your life alert, man. Jeez.
I'm rolling over in the bush.
If I see this, I'll just go over as Ash is yelling about life alert and Leo's struggling, and just like take the leg that's sticking out and pull him out.
Now you don't know your own strength, and you now have Mega Might. So respond to that accordingly.
Grabbing the key.
You grab the key, you reach for the key as Jess grabs hold of your leg. Go ahead, Jess. What happens?
Well, because I'm trying just to give you a tug to get you out. Yeah, that happened. And I pull you and I accidentally throw you 10 feet into the street.
Yep.
Skids to a stop.
Oh, that was very loud in my ear.
Yes, that's awesome. Thank you.
I'm gonna say Ash is like, oh yeah, no, you got this. I'm gonna go booking it back to the plane where
Really?
Samantha is. 'Cause, yeah, that was my point, man.
The Honduras couple or the couple from Central America, they're like, the prisoners are saving people, and they focus the camera from Isabella Sterling onto Ash, glowing Ash, beautiful Ash, as Ash rushes into the building all alight.
Yeah, and I'm
Not
like
building
literally.
the plane.
Do I see this?
No,
Them?
but
Okay.
Leo definitely does.
All right, let's go.
Standing up, looking around. Where's the big magma guy? Where'd the big guy go?
His fire's faded.
Oh, okay. And then what?
I'll just make a grimace and do like the thing.
Okay. Well, wow. Okay. That seems unfortunate. Who are those people with the cameras?
Tourists.
Maybe you should go talk to them.
Yeah, I'm heading there now. I'm gonna try to, because we still have the big building coming down. I want to try to identify like any bystanders that look a little like jittery, like look like they want to help but don't know how to help.
Sure. Cool. While you figure out what sort of role that would be for how to engage with the environment in that regards, Jess, you threw Leo. That was probably shocking. So what are you doing now?
Probably after having tossed Leo into the street, just like looking at her hands, one being metal, the other regular, and just like, wait, are we not high right now? Because if we're not high right now, we are really messed up. You look like a vampire from a teen movie. You're talking to people weird. I don't know where Samantha is. And old man, you shot some lightning, some stuff or something other out your face hole or your fingers. I don't know which one it was.
Face hole.
Twice, I think.
Someone definitely should stop those cell phones. Okay.
Like with this?
No, I don't. No. You went flying last time. I don't think so. I'll take care of it and be like, I'll just destroy the phones and like go over to just take the phones out of their hands, crush them, and then walk away. Like, this is how I fix this. Okay, what is the cloud?
You're just rushing over to the Central Americans to grab their phones and crush them?
Yeah, I wouldn't even rush over. I'd just like walk over casually and just go.
I mean, okay, so that you'll be engaging with your environment in that regards, because they're not just going to let you grab their phones. Now, you have a ton of successes already and a ton of scale with regards to mega speed and the like. So you just literally will dash over and do these things. The question is do you catch their hands in your fist when you crush it?
Oh, gosh.
Which is the only reason I'm going to make you make this check. Because if you botch or you fail, I will greatly enjoy that as a story guide and not appreciate that all as a human being. But
This just turned into an episode of The Boys.
Yeah, like literally, are you going to blow up that girl who stepped accidentally onto the street?
Totally. I'm attempting to. Would that be dexterity and athletics, or
You get to make that decision.
Okay, because I'm gonna be might. I don't think. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We're counting. Sorry, y'all. Slow today. All right. I got 2 successes.
All right, so that's more than enough to pluck their cell phones out of their hands because of all of your additional enhancements and scale and crush them with. But I mean, we're looking at like at least 30 different people who have phones out recording things and whatnot. You've just stolen the poor tourist Honduran, Costa Rican phones and crushed them.
I feel like Jess would realize how many phones there are and just go, crap. And go back to the group and be like, I got 2, but there's a lot of them, and I don't know if I can get all of them.
I think some people took their phones out to record you doing that.
Those of you who are not in the plane can hear the sound of a helicopter overhead.
Oh, snap.
Looking that way.
Okay. You now begin to see a helicopter overhead.
This is
I'm
like
gonna
every
actually
day in LA.
start moving to do the things that I knew needed to be done.
Absolutely. I don't doubt that you're hopeful that one of your fellow community service members will arrive momentarily, because that was definitely part of your plan. So as soon as Ash appears, while Natasha pretends to mime playing basketball, as soon as Ash appears, please give Ash immediate directive to assist. And that's up to you, Natasha, to describe your entrance.
I'm just looking at this like situation where this plane is like on the side, and like there's this like apparently like a raft tipping out of it, right? I mean, that's all I can imagine in my head, but you know, I'll let Samantha direct me here. So
Sure, describe your entrance into the smoke and dim haze of the sideways plane.
Hi, what's going on? Everybody keep calm. Okay, all right. What?
Ash, is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Look, Ash, we need to move some stuff out of the way, and we need to get to that door over there, and we need to activate the emergency escape the emergency escape hatch.
Okay. I don't know how to activate an emergency escape hatch.
I've got that. I just need to get to it. Can you help me get to it?
Yeah. Okay. I'm just like chucking debris out of the side of this plane and looking for bodies and stuff and whatever, man.
As you say all of those things while you're doing it. I love it. Perfect. Yeah, it's great.
And keep calm, man. Everybody stay calm. I got this. We got this. Okay. Yeah. Keep cool.
Cool.
Yeah, we've got this. Trust her. She's correct.
All right, Samantha. Actually, Ash, you see this terrible cut thigh on the side of Samantha's leg, and you definitely can see that she's slurring her speech, so to speak, because she's been concussed, and she's concussed much worse than that thigh cut actually is. But Sarah, one of those two things starts to go away like that. Which one of those two things goes away?
The mental thing.
The mental thing. The concussion?
headache.
Sure,
Yes.
because your character has regeneration. And so you reflexively spend quantum to heal injury and remove injury conditions. Now, it costs 3 for status conditions and whatnot. And normally, you might not have, well, I mean, you definitely have enough quantum to do this. So there you go. Boom, done. And you have now spent off this concussed state. It's gone. Your language is now back to normal, and you're in good shape because you have regeneration. You don't need no stinking healer named Leo.
But I
You can
see
do
all
it
like
yourself.
the blood coming from that thigh, right? Like
Yes,
some,
absolutely.
like tourniquet. Grab it, man. Just grab a belt somewhere. I don't know. Like,
It'll be
But-
okay. It'll be okay.
okay, all right.
I think.
I just
Kinda
want
feel-
to
Better already.
do a situational analysis here and figure out who we need to get out. Or you already figure that out?
Yes, so there's a stewardess over there. Her name
I don't need to know
Is
names,
Sophie.
man. Just like give me
She's-
directions.
she's laying over there. She's got a bun and a pencil skirt on. There's a boy whose arm has been stabbed with the arm of a chair he's been impaled with.
Okay, I'm going for the dude with the chair thing going on. All right.
All right,
can-
I'll get the other one.
Yeah. You got it. So yeah, I'm gonna go and help this person, whoever they are.
Cool. Yeah, so we see that going on in the plane. I can picture that really well as you're maneuvering around trying to get through the seats and through all of this luggage and stuff and these dangling injured people, trying to help them out and free them. What is Leo doing? Tossed into the middle of the road, gets up.
Still looking around, trying to assess the situation, how many people are recording us. If those people's cell phones are working, are the building's lights coming back on? Are other electronics starting to work?
If I should apologize, the magnetic pulse happened on the other side of the road, the one the prisoners ran towards because it was darkened and whatnot, not this side of the road. And if I mistakenly explained that before, I apologize.
I
But
felt
this
like
side
the
of the
whole
road
city was
seems to
dark.
have, the city's all dark for sure because the power has gone out and it's been knocked out. But the magnetic pulse was on the other side of the road.
Oh.
But neither here nor there. There's a bunch of cell phones on. It's only the early dinner hour. I mean, it's been like half an hour at most since you had the initial dregs of that car accident start. So, or the highway incident. So, still middle of the afternoon.
Hey, you guys, you think maybe we should try to coordinate something here? I mean, we're a bunch of people wearing orange jumpsuits in the middle of a crash site, surrounded by people with cameras. Do you think we should maybe, I don't know, crowd control or hide or something? I don't know what's going on.
Are you suggesting? I mean, I don't know if we can really hide. They're all looking at us, and the other option is to get naked. And I don't know if that's any less distracting.
Yeah, it's probably also conspicuous. You have a point.
We also have a building that wants to play Jenga, so maybe we should work on getting the muggles out of here.
Oh, what?
That building
Looking
is
that
a street or two back. If I
Oh,
gave the
never mind.
impression that it was closer, that's my apologies. I just wanted to also say that it was
like
there's a
flipped
lot
with
of damage and injury that's been done, and the wing was ripped off the building, the plane, and I wanted to make that clear.
Yeah, then especially looking around for any other sign of imminent danger of
That
if that
plane
building
is
look-
going to explode.
Is there
Okay.
any other people or area we can look into that Samantha and Ash aren't in?
Oh, you
like
mean
pieces
other
of
part of the
planes,
plane?
Yeah, that I hadn't looked at, or
There's closer to the cockpit. I mean, if this is a big plane, it
Yeah.
probably like 300 passengers size plane, not a small plane at all. Multiple and emergency exits, big cockpit at the front, whatnot. Tons of luggage everywhere.
all right.
There is
well
an
then-
elderly lady trapped underneath an engine piece of the plane. I forgot to include that. That came to us courtesy of Arcade Replays, I believe. I'm just gonna look that back up. Plastic Age Plays told us that there's an old woman with a baby carriage pinned underneath the engine of the plane.
I'm okay. If I hadn't seen it before being in the plane, I look around now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could try to help lift, like kind of push that off, because I know there's something wrong with me, but I'm just gonna try to do that thing and maybe suggest to Isabella Sterling, like the silver, and Leo, be like, would you want to go look in the other? I don't know. There's pieces everywhere, but there might be more people.
I would like to use my spectral vision to look through for any other individuals in danger.
You find lots.
Oh yeah, there's lots.
What do you see with your lightning eyes?
His hungry eyes.
Pointing in the vague direction of several people that I see in danger.
Lightning trickles off his finger as he points in those different places. Jess, you dash over to the pinned elderly woman and the baby carriage. The baby carriage is actually pushing a fat corgi, not an actual infant. The corgi is mewling in pain, as corgis are wont to do. Sort of sounds. And I don't need a check, because I'm going to give you the remainder of some of your superpowers here as well. Because
got super stoked.
your fist, you have a quantum attack as well that actually has the damage tags of deadly and pushing, which is funny because you literally threw Leo around really easily. So when you hit something with your fist, your metal fist, you can choose to do your quantum attack and then add the deadly and pushing tags to it. And actually, your close combat skill goes all the way to 3. And I will pass those on to you in the Discord. Please describe for me what happens to this engine as you are both deadly and pushing to it.
This engine, which I assume is gigantic, is on top of this old lady. For starters, if the corgi is tipped over and not under, I would set up the corgi first. That is both Jess and Paige. And this engine block, I would go to move off and just one hand kind of goes into it and the other one just shoves it off, lifting it off the other metal hand, and it just goes. Like 5-10 feet.
Is that all? Really? 5-10 feet?
I mean, how many feet am I? How much feet would this thing go with this hand?
This is your eruption.
Okay.
So, I
Hopefully
mean,
it would...
you have something that's called pushing, and pushing under the rules allows you to shift it in further than it would normally go. So if you could normally push something, just push it away 5 to 10 feet. I'm suggesting if you want it to go into a building across the street or up near that helicopter, more than welcome.
Hoping that no one gets hurt, that totally happens. It just shoots off this little old lady and just crashes into whatever's behind that, whether it be a building or whatever it may be, and just crashes straight into it.
Yes, all of those things. Of course, your description is yours. It doesn't have to hurt people, or it can hurt people that you want. It can be like there's a douchey lawyer guy with slicked back hair. He walks out with his leather briefcase. He just gets plowed by the thing. That's whatever you want to describe. That's fine. If you don't want to have any of that sort of damage, that's fine too.
and I kind of inspect to see how she's doing.
Cool. Yeah. You tell me how she's doing.
Probably pretty rough. They had an engine on top of them. To be honest, I don't know if they're even alive, and that's not to be mean. I don't know. They might need some serious help that I don't have the skill set for. So I'm just gonna yell out and be like, "Can anyone, a doctor? We have
You
a
watched
doctor
what
here?"
Leo did previously.
Oh, did I? I didn't see. Leo,
I mean, it was like 2 weeks ago, so it's been a while, but.
Leo, your compadre in age needs some assistance here. Could you do that thing? Not like the lightning, but like the other thing where you heal them.
I'm rushing over there.
I love it.
But also the corgi too, and I like roll the corgi closer to Leo.
Cool. You rush over there. Isabella Sterling, what are you doing? You haven't done anything for a while, so give me some attention.
All right, I'm trying to do, I guess this is a combo action. I want to identify like the jittery sort of bystanders that want to help. Jittery, like they want to do something, not just jittery nervous.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe designate them as line leaders and try to get all these people out of their blast radius.
You're immediately successful at doing that, as your ability to manipulate the people around you suddenly blossoms into extreme levels as you develop a dot of mega manipulation. And I will put that in your character sheet. If you could, you get to spend some dots to distribute in social engines all about animal ken, skill, lying, striking, and wealth, and things like that. It also grants you scale in any leadership check you make. So if you make a manipulation roll for leadership, you will have scale equal to 1. So for every success, it counts as 2 as a result of that, because you just that amazing. People start listening to you right away. They start moving around accordingly. Lots of cameras are out. You can see that helicopter flying around in the sky, now that you've all had a chance to look at it for a little bit. You can see that helicopter is a news helicopter. It's one of the television stations in Los Angeles. If somebody wants to, in Twitch chat, name the helicopter news company, I'll gladly accept some offers there. And let's quickly here move to, because there's a couple scenes I really want to get to before the end of the night. So Leo, the old lady's not hurt at all. She's just unconscious. The perambulator that held the corgi was one of those super amazing $800 stainless steel carbonite tungsten graphite baby carriages, and it took the brunt of the weight of the carriage of the engine, and it only has a couple scratches. So you see that individual is not hurt at all, but there are people on the plane that need your assistance.
Okay, yeah. Once I see that she's not badly injured, I'm saying, Jess, come on. There's more people. We've got to hurry.
Yeah, but don't you see are we on the news right now? I think we're on the news right now.
Okay, well, do you want the news to see everyone who dies in a fiery explosion?
No, but I guess I'll help. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. This is okay. Just which way?
Yeah, let's prioritize the people who are closest to where it's going to explode, which I think is right over there.
Okay, I don't know how you know that, but sure. Okay. Does it know you have?
I can see it. It's right over there. And my eyes light up as I point into the airplane.
Are you looking at everyone in their underwear right now?
What? No.
Can you see people like through their clothes?
Why is that the first thing you think? People are in trouble. Come on.
All right, revealed man, and like goes over to help.
You cannot see through Jess's hand, just so you know, Leo.
Ooh.
Yeah, definitely rushes over to wherever Leo had pointed.
Yeah, guiding this strong person to help me get as many people who are trapped untrapped, while I hope Isabella Sterling is doing a good job at escorting everyone who is not trapped the hell away from the plane.
Okay, cool. You gonna go into the plane at all, Leo?
If we need to.
Yes. Yes. I'm going to story guide you towards going into the plane itself.
Hey, can I make a check to see if Leo could perhaps figure out a way to prevent the explosion? If he can see where it's going to explode? Based on his previous knowledge of aeronautics and airplanes?
Okay.
So perhaps pilot cunning?
Yes. This feels more like a technology check, but yeah, I'll piloting for sure. You know where the Gasimahal is supposed to go into the fly thingy in the sky.
Right. I'm figuring this has more to do with planes specifically than technology in general.
Yes.
I have 3 successes with mega cunning.
So you know that there is no way to stop the explosion from happening at this point, that you could spend your time trying to stymie it from exploding, but that you'll only delay it, and the time you spend in a story format, you would be better served to spend the time you have to save as many all of the people before it explodes. Not that you could save all of the people, but you go in and saving people would be a better use of your time than trying to stave off the minute or half a minute or whatever time you could in trying to stop that. You just don't have the tools and equipment and things that you would necessarily need to stymie this.
From a dramatic perspective, what I was picturing is maybe Leo asks Jess, how fast are you? Do you think if I could keep this thing from exploding for an extra 30 seconds, do you think you could get the rest of these people and then get me out of there?
Yeah, I think so.
I can tell you exactly where they are, and I can maybe buy us a little more time.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. We're doing that.
All right, so Leo is not going into the plane at all?
I am going into the plane to try to delay the explosion, while Jess frees the injured people and then hopefully grabs me and pulls me out.
There is nothing that you can do to delay the explosion.
I thought you said I could not stop it, but I could delay it. And I was thinking that sounded nice and dramatic.
No, you could spend your time delaying it, but that won't help you with regards to the number of people that need to save, even if Jess rushes in there and starts running around as fast as humanly possible, saving people too. Jessly possible. Cool.
Okay.
Isabella, are you going in the plane?
Yeah, once everybody else is out of the blast radius, I figure I'll see if they need my talents.
What do you say with your super mega manipulation to get people to move away from the plane?
This is about to blow, and you just saw the Clash of the Titans, so you muggles just skedaddle.
I love Isabella.
Yep, that works. Strangely enough, there's like a Harry Potter support group that's all gathered around there, and there's a bunch of diehard aficionados that catch the reference to this plane is about to blow. If there was another subtle social media pop culture reference in there, then those people who are really receptive of that are also in the crowd as well, and you reach everyone and they all back up accordingly in a knowing way.
They'll speak meme. I'm glad.
It's like a universal language.
They're finished, and you're like, Success Kid is happy, and you go into the plane too. Okay, I'm going to start with Paige. Tell me what Jess does in the plane. You have all of your special superpowers and abilities. So once you've described your little action there, I want you to get into character for the scene we're going to have that you know about. So you can do that. And then we'll move around. We'll end with Leo because he will be connected to the scene. So I think that's how we'll do. So we'll do Paige, go for it.
All right, so Jess would go into this plane and, for starters, look for anyone who looks still alive and attempt to do like she did it before, but rip off the seat belts instead of the seats, so her partners could help the people out.
I love it. Yes. You multitask. Give me the 7 things that your character does on the plane. You're ripping off seatbelts. What else? Because you move fast and you multitask with this with this fist.
Would definitely rip off the seatbelts, lift anything that's on someone if they're trapped, and then grab people and run out. So whatever combination of 7 things to save as many people as possible would like grab people in her arms and run out swiftly and come back and try to do that a few times if possible.
Yes. More than a few times.
And she has amazing wind hair as this is happening.
I love it. Okay, let's move to Samantha. Sarah, tell us what Samantha's up to, limping around with her cut thigh.
Okay, so she is limping over. The escape slide hasn't been deployed yet, correct?
No, not yet.
Okay, that is what she is doing. She is focusing on getting that escape slide deployed, kind of stumbling over suitcases and pieces of luggage to try and do that. She's also removing the orange jumper. I kind of feel like this is not going to be helpful in getting people to listen to me if I look like a convict. So I'm going to shed the orange jumper. She's wearing a tank top and jeans underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
And then deploying, if at all possible, the slide to get people out of the plane.
Sure. Yeah, you immediately start to feel, once you've removed the orange jumper, a weakening. Begin to feel a great deal weaker, not as regenerative as you were before. You were definitely feeling human.
Okay, I'm gonna put the jumper back on then.
Yeah, okay.
Does that change?
Oh yeah, everything starts to return.
Okay, so
We're not
guys,
mutants.
is anyone
jumpers.
Sorry?
I said we're not.
I know, I was
mutants.
asking Sarah.
Okay.
I heard you.
Okay.
is anyone else from my group in the plane?
Yes, everyone is in the plane.
Everyone is in the plane. Guys, holy crap, it's magic jumpers.
What?
The jumpers, they're magic. They're, I don't even know.
I feel like when Jess is like in between going back and forth, pauses on one of her trips, and it's just like, Samantha, we're not high anymore, and like just keeps running on.
I love
I get that. Take off the jumper. See if it affects you like it did me. Take it off.
Okay, this is a really weird way to get me naked, but okay. And like takes off like part of it, and it's like feels it, and it's like, okay, you're not high anymore. You're real. Okay, you're not the devil. I promise. It's okay. And like puts it back on and keeps running.
Samantha, someone is talking to you on the plane. They're trying to get your attention. They're speaking in Carl, name a strange language. Not necessarily. I mean, it's not necessarily a strange language. It's just an uncommon North American language.
Cherokee.
That is a root North American language. That is an actual North American language. Okay, they're speaking in Cherokee, and it is a perfectly wonderful language and full of awesome things, and Samantha does not know Cherokee at all, correct?
Correct.
Okay, well, somehow you do, because one of your abilities as you're putting your jumpsuit back on is you are a universal translator. You can understand any language if exposed to it for more than a few moments. It'll just take you a number of rounds equal to 10 minus your mega intellect dots to understand and grasp the language. Once you have, you retain fluency in it permanently. Boom. That's added to the Discord. You now can speak Cherokee as you respond to this individual who's basically just asking for help with their seatbelt.
I will answer in Cherokee and help them with their seatbelt and compliment them on the use of an indigenous language.
I love it. Great. Ash, what are you up to?
Well, I was saving that poor boy.
Yes,
that was
Justin.
Impaled on a chair. Oh my God. Oh God. Okay, I'm not a doctor. Oh, there's a doctor here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna help out though. I was already making up this plan as I was going without it, assuming people would come into the plane. So yeah, I'm gonna try and make sure that this kid gets disentangled from the machinery, or not machinery, but like the plane itself. Staunch the bleeding. Fireman carry. Do whatever I can to get them away from the plane.
Perfect. I love it. You have all of your superpowers. Jess has all of her superpowers. Samantha has all of her superpowers. So Isabella Sterling, what are you doing?
I'm probably not much help in the physical department, so I think I will just try to keep up morale. I'll use my dexterity to like climb over chairs and kind of like hop and skip using the armrest, so I'm not in the way of like Jess zooming through like the actual walkway. And I think if I find people that are either like unconscious, I'll just like tag them so she knows where they're at. Or if they're still like, still conscious, I'll just be like, hey, you made it. It's a really good story.
Okay, cool. Yep. I'm going to say that as you're climbing through, one of the compressors for the gas masks erupts and blasts into your face. There's like an irritant in it. A bunch of powder and freon comes and hits you. And just this as a way for me to pass on that Isabella Sterling also happens to have immunity, which is the ability to avoid hazards such as diseases, irritants, and toxins that would affect your nova physiology. And so if you roll the die and it reduces to 0, there's 0 effect on this as you get hit by these things. And in this instance here, this freon and whatnot, this irritant completely washes over you, doesn't cause any sort of pain or agony or anything at all, because you also happen to need to have Mega Stamina 1 in order to have immunity, and you have that as well. So there's a couple more of your abilities. There's essentially one left that Isabella Sterling hasn't received, and so that we'll get to that hopefully next game. As we now move to our last moment on the plane, Leo comes rushing in to the plane. Is his entrance theatrical or normal Leo style?
Oh, it's not very theatrical. He's just sort of wading in, trudging along, and trying to sort of look through everyone and figure out where the positions of the most danger are, who needs to be attended. He's trying to keep a cool head and focus on what needs to happen first. Cool.
We're going to have one last scene for tonight's game. someone has been bumped. They seem to be either unconscious or whatnot. They have been overlooked by everyone else. As you come along, Leo, you happen to notice an outstretched hand underneath a blanket and a hard roller case. As you move that away, the blanket falls free. It is actually your daughter, Mandy herself. As this was the plane that Mandy was boarding on her way to see you here.
When we were speaking a few hours ago.
Yeah, you don't say.
Oh, immediately trying to unbuckle the seatbelt and check her vitals.
She's unconscious, looks to be badly wounded.
Trying to figure out how I did that healing thing before.
Yes, you begin to heal her. She definitely has contusions, a broken bone or whatnot. Your gentle lightning of healing starts to flow into her as Mandy's eyes flicker open.
Mandy, hold still. Stay calm. You've been in an accident.
Hell right now?
No, you're on a plane. We're going to get you out of here. It's going to be okay. You've been in an accident.
Just for everyone who's watching, I don't mean to interrupt. I want this scene to happen. But Carl, your character is using their healing lightning abilities. Can you just describe your physicality so that you can help Paige roleplay Mandy most efficaciously?
Absolutely. So as Mandy starts waking up, there is light trickling from Leo's eyes as his eyes start lighting up, and lightning, very small, as if it's large static shocks, are arcing between his hands and her clothing, her leg, her injuries, and it seems to be making the flesh start responding and knitting back together as the muscles jump to the lightning, the small sparks coming off of his hands in that 1 inch of distance.
As soon as you do enough healing for Mandy to start moving and not be critical, cause she's kind of coming to, she's definitely hit her head. She's like, "What are you?
It's okay. Shh. Just calm down. Stay
You
calm.
look weird. Your eyes are weird." And she starts to freak out and shoves you away. Like, "Get the hell away from me. You are not my dad. Who are you?"
Mandy, calm down. It's all right.
"You're a monster. Who are you? Don't touch me." And she starts to kind of limp backwards, watching Leo, not letting her eyes off Leo.
Whoomp.
And backs towards the plane, "I don't know who you are, but you're not human. Get away from me."
It's me. It's me, sweetheart. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. You're hurt. I'm trying to help.
And
listen, this is really new for me too. Okay. I'm
you
really
have
sorry.
literally lightning eyes. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I really don't know. I'd really like to know. Right now, I'm just trying to help you because you were in a plane accident and I think it's going to explode and we don't have much time.
Mandy keeps backing up, and if there's the arm that came out of Justin, the arm from the chair, wields this bloody bloody chair arm, is "I'm leaving. You stay over there. Get away from me," and tries to run away.
Okay, the camera pans away as we're going to wrap everything up with a quick epilogue from myself. You'll all get a chance to tell everybody a bit about yourselves, and we're going to be back into this right in this moment next week. But the camera pulls back from the plane, turns up, and we see a gentleman in the sky.
What?
God, is that you?
Yeah, and he says, "This is Billy Blaze, your KIYI eye in the sky. We are flying over the 752 from Chicago, which has crashed upon Trans Street down here in downtown Los Angeles. The devastation is ecstatic and intense, but as we can see, we're focusing in. There are several what looks to be community service members who have stepped up today and are saving several passengers from the plane itself. It's remarkable, folks. Remarkable indeed. An 18-figure tall inferno was just recently seen upon the streets, and I'm bringing it to you live. Another one, a woman with some sort of gauntlet on her fist, a shining silver gauntlet, is carrying figures from the plane. This gauntlet is carrying people out. They look to be some sort of track star. They're moving so quickly it's almost a blur to the mind's eye. Some woman in a fascinator as well is attracting people's attention to send them away as oh my god, a guy he's shooting lightning from his hands. He's jump starting an old lady's heart. Some sort of pulse is coming off of him. It's remarkable, people here, coming to you live with every moment in the sky. This is Billy Blaze, the KIYI in the sky, and I'm Kyle, and that's it for tonight. How about you
Perfect.
Players? Introduce yourselves.
Hi guys, I'm Sarah. I was playing Sam. You can find me on Twitter. Down above my head over there is my Twitter words. My Twitter handle is above my head at RNL. You can find me on Twitch at Ars Mythica. I do artwork and gaming streams here. I play here, Samantha, community service every Tuesday. Come and watch us because it's awesome.
And hi, I'm Nat, Ashes for Foxes on Twitter. I am playing Ash, of course, the disaster. Hopefully less of a disaster next episode. But yeah, I'm the host of Meta Machina podcast. Check us out, METAMASHINA.
All right. I wasn't sure if someone else was going to go, so I didn't want to cut them off, but I think I did it. Hi, I'm Paige. I'm known as D&D and Paige. What are words today? What is happening on Twitter? Okay, on Twitter, I'm D&D and Paige. This is Paige. I play Jess. You can find me here on Tuesdays. On Mondays, you can find me on Scraticus. And yeah, I think my proudest moment today, by the way, is making sure a corgi lived. So I'm quite happy.
Everyone, thank you for watching. I'm Velvet. You can find me on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar. On Tuesdays here, I play your favorite green girl, Isabella Sterling, like the silver. You can also find me on Stories of a Broken Sun and alongside our story guide, Kyle, on Flight Risk.
Hi, I'm Carl Jordan. I am on Twitter as RPG Carl. You can find me here on Tuesday nights. And I am going to be starting next week a new City of Mist game called Obscurum on the We Are Nerdsmith channel. Having a lot of fun.
I want to just throw out some thank yous at the end of this session. It's been a while since I said some thanks. Thank you, first and foremost, to the Onyx Path for giving us an opportunity to come out here and play every week for the rest of 2019. We are loving it. Thank you for sending us the PDFs for Trinity Continuum. Thank you for sending us the Kickstarter manuscript for Aberrant so that we can work our way through these rules, which are, they're as rough as they get, and we're enjoying and having a ton of fun trying to parse how to get through this system. It's so much fun to try to navigate, negotiate our way through it, and we're all having a ton of fun. So thank you for that. Thank you to everyone in chat for your offers and your help in enjoying the game we're playing today. We're having a ton of fun ourselves. I don't doubt you can see that, but it's always a lot more fun when there's a couple people in the audience just hanging out, wallflowers in the background, watching along and taking part in what we're doing. So thanks for joining us in chat today. I would be remiss if I didn't thank these 5 people who surround me on Twitch today. Thank you to each and every one of them for being my friend and coming out and playing Aberrant with me as we're working our way through figuring out what it means to be a superhero and how to be of service to our community. Because the one thing I always want to reiterate time and again is that if you're a member of a community, you need to be of service to it. You need to offer some way to help and give back. Whatever skill set or tool set or ability you have, if it's superpowered or not, if you're lending your assets and skills to the community, you're making it a better place. So from all of us here to all of you out there, this video will be up on YouTube tomorrow. The podcast is forthcoming. Hopefully you'll find a way to enjoy it in a later televised format. But thanks from all of us here. Throw us a coffee if you're really enjoying what we're doing. And thanks so much. This is Kyle, and be of service.